show you and teach you exactly how to become queen over your God-given assignment and what that looks like practically, what that looks like in your business. Because if you don't know, I'm Alyssa Trospain, and I help faith-driven entrepreneurs to tap into their God-given calling and actually create wealth online, okay? And it's all based on overflow out of your purpose. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can tap into your assignment and become queen of your assignment, okay? All right, so it's going to be a little loud. I'm outside. My son's over there. He might come up to me. Airplanes flying over, dogs playing, all kinds of stuff, okay? So just give me grace and we're gonna just dive into this. Okay, so how to become queen over your assignment. Now, before we dive in, I just want to say, like, if you find yourself having a little bit of resistance, like what? Queen over my God-given assignment? Like, am I supposed to be queen over anything? Am I supposed to, like, what does that even mean for me? Well, first of all, I want to say that God's first command for man and women was to have dominion. That is a command to rule, okay? That is a command to rule over something. And what you, as a Christian, whose job it is to bring heaven to earth, bring God's will to earth as it is in heaven, your responsibility is to rule over God's assignment for your life, okay? You're not to rule over people. You are to serve people with your assignment. So every single person you come in contact with, you should be serving with your assignment. And God will give you complete dominion over your assignment. And that's a really cool, the really cool part about this is that God will give you complete dominion over a specific assignment if you would yield to that assignment, which means if you would step into it fully. If you would decide that you discover your assignment, first of all. Secondly, you're deciding that, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go full force into my assignment. I have decided that even if it takes work, even if it's uncomfortable, even if there's some labor pains, right? We're talking about birthing an assignment into the world that God has given you before the foundation of the world. So you have to commit, first of all, that you're going to carry the baby for 9 months. You're not going to abort your dream. You're not going to, do anything like that. But what you're going to do is you're going to carry that dream, and you have to commit to birthing that dream into the world, okay? And birthing God's will on earth as it is in heaven, okay? And it's important that you know that that is your responsibility. But in order for God to give you complete dominion over that so that your dreams can come true, so that you can actually make an impact in the world, so that you actually make a difference, so that God's will is actually brought on earth and you're in complete alignment with God and He gives you dominion over the assignment, which means you get results. In order for all of that to happen, what has to happen first is that you're yielded to God first. You have to be completely yielded to God as the sovereign king of your life. Completely. And before, like when I was still in habitual sin, I had addictions and things like that, even after I was a Christian. And God, it was like I was stuck in a perpetual cycle of laziness. I was stuck in a perpetual cycle of, hey buddy, what? What happened? Okay, we'll go over there. Remember I told you I was doing a video?
Bojo.
Bojo! Jensen, go ride your four-wheeler, baby. Go. Okay, Jensen, go ride your four-wheeler. Go. I love you. Go, go, go.
Come on, Bojo.
Jensen, he will come. You go ride your four-wheeler, okay? So, back when I was still in habitual sin, I was struggling with, addictions and things like that. And, I really wanted to succeed in online business. I really did. And I was desperate. I was desperate to succeed in online business because I wanted to change my family's financial situation. And I made $17,000 in my first year in online business, but I was still in habitual sin, and that was holding me back. And God revealed that to me, that He was not going to hand me the keys to success if I was still in habitual sin. He was not going to do it. And so once I finally gave that up, and God miraculously, it was a whole thing. Jen said no. Okay. Once I finally gave that up, God finally gave me the solution to creating the online business success that I had desired for so long, which is like, wow, and that it just proves that you must submit to God as a sovereign king of your life before He will allow your assignment to submit to you. And that's the first step to becoming queen of your assignment. Okay. Step 2 is that you would accept the responsibility mentally. Okay. We're going to talk about mentally, physically, and spiritually. So we really went over the physical part. The physical part is making sure you don't have any habitual sin, making sure you don't have any things left that are pulling you further away from God. Okay. You're getting rid of all habitual sin. And that's really like kind of the physical part. And I think we can dive in a little bit more about the physical. Is just keeping yourself pure and holy and righteous, and making sure that your body, you're taking care of your temple, which it's a journey. It really is. It's a journey, but God will show you how to purify yourself over time, and you're going to get better and better and better. And just like, there was even like a point in time where I couldn't keep a habit. Like I couldn't work out every day, but now I work out almost every single day. No questions asked, like no problem, And so it's this evolution of you stepping more and more and more into your assignment. Jensen, go ride your four-wheeler. So that's the physical. Now let's talk about the mental. Mentally, you have to know that God does have an assignment for your life. Okay. And you have to be willing to step into it. You have to be willing to step into it. You have to know that it is specific. You have to know that it is going to take work. It is going to take responsibility. Just like I said, you have to commit to birthing your dream into the world. The dreams, the desires, and the things that you see in your mind, those are actually God's desires for you. And you have to accept that. And you have to stop doubting. You can't doubt in your mind that God created you and gave you like capability of achieving that with Him. And the way that you achieve that is through stepping into your assignment and living out your God-given calling. And that's why I teach entrepreneurs how to tie their calling, their God-given purpose to their business, so that they can create real wealth, so that it actually prospers, so they actually serve the people they're called to serve. And if you want to learn more about how to do that, out earn any 9-to-5 job, you can grab the free training in the description box below. But that's mentally, like, you have to accept that these things, they're not bad things. The desires that you have are actually God's desires for you. And when you see the people who are winning, the people who are making 10K months, the people who are, actually winning in life, and you're like, wow, that person is blessed by the Lord, it's because they decided to step fully into their assignment. And mentally, they don't limit God. They know that all things are possible with God. And they don't try to say, oh, I only want to get by. I only want to survive, because that's not what God created you for. And if you see visions of success, you see visions of wealth, you see visions of running a successful business, that is your destiny. And that is part of your purpose. And the way that you achieve that is through becoming the queen of your assignment and ruling over it every single day. Living in that every single day. So we talked about mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I'll touch on this quickly because, again, here's my son again. I told you to go right on your four-wheeler, boo. So, emotionally, how do you become queen of your assignment emotionally? Here's how you do it. What you do is you tap into the positive emotions, okay? You have to release all negative emotions. Like, you cannot be feeling them. Like, if you have to feel them, it has to be like you had to feel it and then let it go. Feel it and then let it go. You cannot stay in negative emotions on a day in and day out basis, because you are creating a perpetual cycle of stuckness, of struggle. And so these negative emotions are like anxiety, depression, worry, anxiousness, like negative thoughts. You can't have negative thoughts. You have to tap into all things are possible with God. You have to tap into full faith. Okay, full faith that the vision that God showed you is going to come into fruition. That you ruling over your assignment as the queen is going to happen. And it is going to bless you and your family abundantly. Like, you have to know these things even before it comes into reality. And you have to live in that energy every single day. And if you don't, you're going to create a cycle of being stuck. And you're not going to be able to be queen over your assignment. The queen doesn't worry. She doesn't worry. She responds. She doesn't react. She responds. So if something happens in the kingdom, Jensen, this way.
What?
You're not allowed to be over there.
What?
You already know, Jensen.
I want to do that, but I would. Yeah.
So if something happens in the kingdom, say something, negative happens, she doesn't react. She doesn't like freak out. Okay. What she does is she assesses the situation and looks for solutions. And that's what you have to do, even in your online business. If something happens, you don't react. You don't start worrying and like, oh my goodness, oh my God, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And start worrying. The Bible says don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. And you have to be in that energy. So that is how to become the queen of your assignment. Hey, Jensen.
He's over there.
Okay, you're not allowed to be over there. That is how to become queen of your assignment. And again, the no-cost description, it's totally free. You can watch it down in the description box below, a training. And I want to show you how you can take your assignment and turn it into a profitable online course and create an online course business that pays you to live out your calling. And if you're ready to do that, you can watch that training and I will see you there. But it is time to step into your anointing. It is time to step into your royal position as queen of your assignment.